The Law of Attraction, Unlocking the Power of Your Mind. Read and published by Mr. Books. Every human being possesses a remarkable, innate power, the capacity to shape his or her own reality through the mind. Over centuries, philosophers, scientists, and mystics have all pointed to a profound truth. Our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions wield an invisible influence over our experiences. This force, commonly known as the Law of Attraction, is not merely a mystical theory, but a psychological and energetic phenomenon that governs the unfolding of events in our lives. The Law of Attraction asserts that like attracts like. Simply put, the energy you emit through your thoughts and feelings attracts corresponding experiences into your reality. If you habitually focus on empowerment and abundance, you are more likely to draw these experiences into your existence. Alternatively, if your mind is consumed by doubt, fear, and limitation, you often find yourself confronted with obstacles and setbacks. But far from being a passive recipient of fate, you have the ability and indeed the responsibility to become a conscious creator of your life. This book, The Law of Attraction, Unlocking the Power of Your Mind, is designed to unlock the doors to your inner potential. Through clear explanation, practical exercises, and modern examples, you will learn not just what the Law of Attraction is, but also how to actively harness its power to transform your circumstances. Each chapter builds on the last, providing you with a roadmap to self-mastery. Beginning with understanding the hidden capabilities of your mind, you will discover how your inner beliefs sculpt your external world, how your thoughts and emotions vibrate outwards and draw matching energies, and how the simple act of clarifying your desires can amplify your power. Visualization techniques, affirmations, and emotional intelligence are explored not as passing trends, but as essential practices for reprogramming your subconscious and guiding your actions. Importantly, this journey requires honesty and self-reflection. You will be invited to examine and release limiting beliefs that may be holding you back, and to replace them with empowering narratives, whether you seek success, happiness, health, or harmonious relationships. The principles in this book are universal. By applying the Law of Attraction with intention, you set in motion the forces that will shape your destiny. This is not about wishful thinking or escapism. It is about taking command of your focus and energy to create a life full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Please remember, the power to attract change lies not in the world out there, but in the boundless realm of your own mind. Let us begin unlocking that power together. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to support the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an audiobook that could change your life. Now let's begin. Enjoy. Chapter 1, The Hidden Power Within, Understanding the Law of Attraction. The idea that the mind can shape reality may at first sound fantastical. Yet upon closer inspection, we see that the thoughts we nurture, the beliefs we uphold, and the feelings we repeatedly experience all fundamentally condition how we perceive and interact with the world. At the heart of this phenomenon lies what many call the Law of Attraction. The Law of Attraction is based on the principle that like energy attracts. This means that your thoughts, which carry their own energetic signature, act as seeds from which corresponding experiences grow. This is not to say that every fleeting thought manifests instantly into reality, but rather that your dominant patterns of thinking and feeling create the lens through which you interpret events, make decisions, and ultimately filter opportunities. Let us begin with the role of belief. Imagine two individuals given the same challenge. One believes it is possible to succeed, the other is convinced of failure. The first likely persists, identifies solutions, and remains resilient through setbacks. The latter might give up quickly, overlook solutions, and reinforce his or her initial expectation of defeat. Over time, their realities diverge, not because of the challenge itself, but because of their internal narratives. This is one of the fundamental applications of the law of attraction. Beliefs set the parameters of what we allow to manifest. But where do these beliefs come from? For most, they originate in early life. Impressions from caregivers, experiences of reward or disappointment, societal input, and even cultural myths. Rarely do we pause to ask whether these beliefs are truly our own or simply inherited without deliberate examination. The law of attraction begins with such reflection. By recognizing which beliefs are empowering and which are limiting, you illuminate the hidden powers shaping your life. Emotions, too, play a vital role. Each emotion carries a unique vibration. Joy, love, and gratitude uplift, while resentment, fear, and despair constrict. Your emotional state acts as a sort of magnet, amplifying whatever you focus on. For example, dwelling on what you lack generates frustration and further lack, while expressing gratitude for what is present sets a tone for receiving more. The law of attraction teaches that you attract not what you want, but what you are energetically aligned with. Skepticism around the law of attraction typically surfaces for two reasons. First, it is often mistaken for magical thinking, a belief that one can materialize desires through thought alone, without action or responsibility. Second, detractors point to the randomness and hardships of life that seem beyond anyone's control. However, the law of attraction does not deny the reality of external challenges. What it posits is that your internal alignment shapes your perception, your resilience, and the resources that become available to you. Action therefore becomes inspired action, originating from a place of purpose and clarity rather than desperation or luck. Science, too, lends some support to these ideas. In fields such as psychology and neuroscience, we understand that thoughts shape neural pathways. Habits of attention prime us to notice certain opportunities, and beliefs act as filters for experience. Studies on optimism, gratitude, and mindfulness reveal measurable shifts in well-being, success, and even health outcomes. Although science does not claim to prove a metaphysical law, it demonstrates the powerful interplay between mindset and material results. The law of attraction does not advocate for passivity or denial. It asks you to take full ownership of your inner world, your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, and intentions, so you can become a conscious architect of your external world. The journey begins with awareness. Are you predominantly focused on possibilities or limitations? Do you nurture patterns of lack or abundance, victimhood or empowerment? Awareness creates the gap between reaction and response. And in that gap lies the potential for transformation. In summary, understanding the law of attraction means awakening to the reality that your mind is not a mere observer of the world, but an active participant in shaping it. Through deliberate thought, empowered beliefs, and intentionally cultivated emotions, you gain the power to influence circumstances and, over time, manifest a reality aligned with your deepest aspirations. The chapters ahead will expand on these principles, offering both insight and practical tools to make the law of attraction an everyday force in your life. Chapter 2: Thoughts Become Things. How Beliefs Shape Reality. If you were to chart the trajectory of your life, you would find that your beliefs and thoughts have been the invisible architects of your experiences. The relationship between thought and reality is central to the law of attraction, yet it is often misunderstood or underappreciated. In this chapter, we will examine how beliefs operate as self-fulfilling prophecies and how you can consciously rewire your mental paradigm for greater fulfillment. At the base of every decision, action or reaction lies a belief, whether you are aware of it or not. Beliefs are the silent premises upon which you build your identity and worldview. They extend into every aspect of life: your expectations about relationships, your sense of self-worth, your ideas about health or wealth, and even your perception of possibility itself. When you believe you are worthy of love and success, you approach life with confidence, resilience, and openness. Conversely, when you hold deep-seated convictions of inadequacy or misfortune, You unconsciously sabotage opportunities or ignore positive evidence. Let us consider the process. A belief triggers a thought, which then creates an emotional response. That emotion influences your subsequent actions and, by extension, the outcomes you generate. If repeated often enough, the outcomes reinforce the original belief, forming a self-perpetuating loop. For instance, a person who repeatedly thinks, "I'm not good at public speaking," will approach presentations with anxiety, likely stumble, and experience embarrassment, thus confirming the initial belief. Repetition cements these neural pathways, making them automatic. Crucially, beliefs are not facts. They are interpretations, many of which were formed under circumstances that no longer apply. Some beliefs protect us, others limit us unnecessarily. For example, a child who was repeatedly told not to speak up may adopt a belief that their voice doesn't matter. As an adult, even in situations where speaking up would be rewarded, the belief acts like invisible chains, restraining growth. The law of attraction says, "Examine your beliefs, for they act as magnets drawing like experiences." How can we change this? Awareness is the first step. Begin by identifying recurrent areas of dissatisfaction in your life. Ask yourself, what belief do I hold about this aspect? Where did this belief originate? Is it still true or does it serve me? Next, challenge the belief directly. For every negative assertion, "I always fail at relationships," find what psychologist Albert Ellis called disputing irrational beliefs. Is it truly always? Were there exceptions? What strengths did you show in past challenges? As you question and neutralize old beliefs, you create a new space for empowering alternatives. The law of attraction becomes operative when you install positive, supportive beliefs. This is not naive positivity, but a deliberate reframing, a recognition that new outcomes require new internal narratives. Consider the transformative power of those who have overcome adversity. People who shift from "I'll never recover" to "I'm capable of healing" begin to notice new resources, relationships, and inspirations. Their world expands with the boundaries of their beliefs. This chapter would be incomplete without mentioning the impact of collective beliefs. Just as individual beliefs shape personal reality, collective ideas shape cultural and societal experiences. Think of past eras when humankind believed flight was impossible until the Wright brothers proved otherwise, or how old medical myths limited healing until science advanced. When enough individuals begin to believe differently, the world itself transforms. What can you do starting today? 1. Reflect. Regularly journal your beliefs in key life areas: love, career, health. Refute. Notice which beliefs are limiting and practice disputing them. Replace. Craft new, empowering beliefs. Repeat and visualize them until they feel natural. Act. Let your new beliefs inform small daily actions, accumulating positive evidence. Remember, thoughts become things when they are sustained, believed, and acted upon. Your dominant thought patterns are like blueprints, and your beliefs provide the materials for constructing your reality. Take ownership of this process, for as you change your internal world, your external world inevitably follows. Chapter 3. The Energy of the Mind, Vibration and Frequency. To understand the law of attraction in its entirety, you must delve into the concept of energy, for our universe is fundamentally energetic at its core. Every emotion, thought, and intention you produce vibrates at a specific frequency, creating a personal, energetic signature. This chapter explores how these vibrations correspond to the people, circumstances, and experiences you attract. The idea that everything is energy is not just New Age rhetoric. It is supported by quantum physics. Matter, at the smallest level, is composed of vibrating particles in constant motion. Human beings, too, are comprised of energy. Our brains emit electrical signals. Our hearts produce measurable magnetic fields. When you have a thought or feeling, your body transmits energy, subtle but real. Emotional states correspond to different frequencies. Joy, love, and appreciation generate high-frequency vibrations. Anger, guilt, and despair generate low-frequency vibrations. This can be observed experientially. Reflect on moments you felt truly grateful. Your body feels light, your mind is expansive, you notice beauty and opportunities around you. Contrast this with times you felt trapped by regret or shame. Often, your energy is heavy, your perspective narrows, and you miss what is positive. The law of attraction operates on the principle that you attract experiences and people aligned with your frequency. Imagine tuning a radio. You cannot hear a classical station while set to a rock and roll frequency. Similarly, you cannot attract abundance while consistently broadcasting lack or fear. The task, then, is to raise your vibration to match the reality you intend to manifest. How can you do this? Awareness of habits. Notice your habitual thoughts. Are they uplifting or draining? Mindful consumption. Be discerning about the information, media, and company you keep. Interactions either raise or lower your energetic state. Emotional hygiene. Practice gratitude, forgiveness, and hope. These emotions are not simply pleasant, they are transformative frequencies. Physical practices, exercise, healthy nutrition, sufficient sleep, and breath work all contribute to raising overall vibration. The mind and body are intimately connected. Scientific studies support the impact of vibration. The HeartMath Institute has shown that heart-based emotions can alter not only personal physiology, but also create a coherent field influencing others. Similarly, psychologist Dr. David Hawkins, in his Map of Consciousness, demonstrated that higher emotional states facilitate problem-solving, creativity, and resilience. Energy also operates within groups. A workplace dominated by fear tends to breed more anxiety and mistakes, while one where enthusiasm and trust are cultivated sees greater cooperation and innovation. This is not magic, but resonance. Like tuning forks vibrating in unison, people and circumstances tend to synchronize with dominant frequencies. There is no overnight shortcut. Raising your vibration is a lifelong commitment to emotional honesty, physical well-being, and mental discipline. Setbacks will occur. Negative emotions are part of being human. The key is not to suppress or deny them, but to process and release what no longer serves. Returning to your baseline of well-being, remember, the law of attraction is activated by the dominant frequency you hold, not by momentary fluctuations. Treat yourself with compassion. Progress is the result of consistent, intentional effort. Over time, as you elevate your energetic signature, you will begin to see unmistakable shifts in the opportunities, relationships, and experiences that enter your life. Chapter 4. Clarity is power, defining what you truly want. One of the most overlooked elements of the law of attraction is clarity. Human beings are often vague about their desires, oscillating between conflicting visions or chasing what they think they should want, rather than what is authentic. The power of the mind is best harnessed when you offer it a clear, specific, and emotionally charged target. Clarity is the seed from which manifestation grows. The universe responds not to vagueness, but to definiteness of purpose. When you are unclear, your energy is scattered, your actions lack focus, and your results are erratic. Clarity brings coherence. All your thoughts, feelings, and efforts align toward a singular destination. Start by asking yourself, what do I truly want? Not what others expect of you, not what appears impressive to society, but what makes your heart come alive. Is it fulfilling work, loving relationships, vibrant health, and creative expression? Be honest. If your desires are borrowed, your motivation will falter. The process of gaining clarity involves several steps. Self-inquiry. Set aside time to reflect deeply on what excites and fulfills you. Specificity. Replace abstract goals like, I want to be happy, with detailed visions. I want to wake up each day feeling energized and engaged in meaningful work. Emotional connection. Goals fueled by genuine enthusiasm and joy have far greater magnetic power than those motivated by fear or obligation. Written expression: commit your desires to paper. Writing brings nebulous dreams into sharp focus and acts as a contract with yourself. Visualization: regularly imagine your desired outcome in vivid sensory detail. What do you see, hear, and feel? The more complete the picture, the stronger the signal you send. Clarity also requires you to be aware of mixed intentions. For example, many who desire wealth subconsciously fear its consequences, or those who seek love harbor hidden resentment. Examine your motivations and bring to light any inner contradictions. Obstacles to clarity are common. People fear disappointment, think their dreams are unrealistic, or do not want to outshine others. But settling for vague wishes guarantees vague results. The law of attraction cannot respond with precision unless you provide it with direction. Adopt the practice of periodic review. As you grow, your desires will evolve. What was important last year may hold little meaning today. Revisit and refine your goals regularly to ensure they reflect your current truth. Clarity is the difference between drifting and direction. When you know what you want, you filter out distractions, draw supporting allies, and recognize opportunities with ease. Your consistency of focus sets the entire process of manifestation into motion. In conclusion, clarity is not a luxury, it is a necessity for effective creation. Define what you desire, imbue it with passion, and watch the law of attraction work in your favor. Chapter 5. Visualization: seeing your future before it arrives. Visualization is the art of mentally rehearsing your desired outcome. Far from being wishful daydreaming, it is a powerful technique used by athletes, artists, and innovators to accelerate achievement. The mind, it turns out, cannot always distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. By repeatedly visualizing your goals, you embed them into your subconscious and prime both mind and body for success. Visualization activates the same neural circuits that fire during actual performance. Olympic athletes use visualization to improve technique and boost confidence. Entrepreneurs envisage successful negotiations before they occur. Healers envision recovery before physical signs arise. When you visualize, you're not simply drifting in fantasy. You are instructing your subconscious to seek opportunities, notice resources, and act in alignment with your vision. Here is how to make visualization work for you. Create a quiet space. Set aside time daily, free from distractions. Use all senses. Imagine not only sights but also sounds, smells, tactile sensations, and importantly, emotions. Be specific and positive. See yourself succeeding, thriving, and overcoming obstacles. Focus on what you want, not what you wish to avoid. Incorporate detailed scenarios. Visualize the process, not just the result. For example, see yourself working diligently, enjoying relationships, persisting through setbacks, in addition to already having your desire. Evoke emotion. The more enthusiasm, gratitude, and excitement you feel, the more potent the visualization. Combine visualization with other manifestation practices: affirmation, gratitude, and inspired action. The synergy is far more effective than an isolated effort. Visualization also works through psychological mechanisms. The reticular activating system in the brain acts as a filter for information. When you repeatedly imagine your goal, you instruct this system to seek relevant data and discard distractions. Suddenly, you spot opportunities, ideas, and allies you would have otherwise missed. A common objection is that visualization feels unnatural or forced. This is normal at first. The mind resists new patterns in favor of old routines. Persist gently. Over time, visualization becomes easier, and the images you create become reality. Remember, visualization is not a substitute for action. It is a catalyst, preparing your subconscious and aligning your energy so that when opportunities arise, you are ready to seize them. Consistency is key. In summary, seeing your future before it arrives is not just a feel-good exercise. It is a practical tool for transformation. Engage your imagination, fuel it with positive emotion, and let your daily visions draw the future to the present. Chapter 6. Affirmations. Reprogramming the subconscious mind. Affirmations are simple, positive statements that, when repeated regularly, help reprogram your subconscious mind. Given that much of daily behavior is governed by subconscious scripts, beliefs formed long ago, affirmations act as powerful tools for releasing old programming and installing new, empowering beliefs. The subconscious mind operates below the level of conscious awareness, tirelessly acting upon the instructions it receives, whether constructive or destructive. For those with a background of negative self-talk or limiting beliefs, affirmations serve as a corrective intervention. The key lies in consistency, conviction, and emotional involvement. Effective affirmations follow certain guidelines. Present tense. Phrase them as if they are already true, e.g., I am confident and resourceful, instead of I will be confident and resourceful. Positive language. Focus on what you want, not what you wish to avoid. I am healthy and vibrant, not I am not sick. Emotional charge. Infuse each affirmation with genuine feeling. The subconscious responds most powerfully to emotion, not just words. Repetition. Regular daily repetition is critical. Repetition engraves new neural pathways into your mind. Personalization. Craft affirmations that feel authentic to you, matching your aspirations and values. To harness the full power of affirmations, pair them with visualization and take inspired action. For example, as you repeat, I attract abundant opportunities, imagine what abundance feels like and act on opportunities that arise, no matter how small. Affirmations must be believable. If you attempt to affirm what feels utterly impossible, your subconscious rejects the new idea. Bridge the gap with incremental affirmations. If I am a multimillionaire feels disingenuous, start with I am becoming more skilled at creating abundance each day. As you experience small successes, raise the bar. Affirmations are not about ignoring problems or pretending difficulties away. They are tools for training your mind to focus on potential instead of limitations, on solutions rather than obstacles. Over time, as your self-talk becomes more positive and hopeful, your external behavior and results shift accordingly. Science confirms the impact of affirmations. Studies show that positive self-talk can boost performance, reduce stress, and increase resilience. Cognitive behavioral therapy, one of the most effective approaches to mental health, rests in part on the power of intentional, constructive thought. Your self-concept is malleable. Every affirmation, like a drop of water, shapes the mind. With patience and perseverance, you break down barriers of self-doubt and replace them with confidence and capability. In summary, affirmation is the act of declaring what you choose to become. Make it a daily habit, fuel it with feeling, and let the law of attraction deliver matching results. Chapter 7. The role of emotions in manifestation. Emotions are the vibrational language of the universe, acting as powerful signals that alert you to your alignment with desired outcomes. While thoughts set things in motion, it is the emotion behind those thoughts that amplifies their creative power, coloring your intentions and attracting experiences that resonate at the same frequency. To fully harness the law of attraction, you must first understand the symbiotic relationship between emotion and manifestation. Thoughts are electric. They convey direction and purpose. Emotions are magnetic. They attract and pull into your experience that which aligns with their frequency. When both are harmonized, the power to manifest intentionally increases exponentially. Consider, for instance, two people with similar goals but vastly different emotional environments. One approaches their ambitions with joy, gratitude, and confidence. The other is racked by anxiety, self-doubt, and frustration. The personal outcomes of these individuals will diverge, not because one is more talented or deserving than the other, but because their emotional states fundamentally alter their ability to attract supportive circumstances and resources. This emotional influence is not merely metaphysical. Neuroscientific research demonstrates that positive emotions, such as joy and gratitude, activate brain regions associated with creativity, problem-solving, and resilience. Sustained feelings of hope and optimism have been linked to greater health outcomes, professional success, and interpersonal harmony. Emotions create feedback loops. Think positive, feel positive, attract positive. It is essential to go beyond superficial positivity. Authentic emotional alignment requires self-awareness, a willingness to observe your feelings without judgment. Suppressing negative emotions doesn't eliminate their influence. It merely buries them, where they continue to shape your reality unconsciously. The law of attraction responds to your true underlying feelings, not the ones you pretend to feel. Begin by noticing your prevailing emotional states throughout the day. Are you habitually hopeful or consistently anxious? Do your beliefs about the future invite excitement or dread? Keep an emotional journal. By recording your emotional patterns, you will begin to notice correlations between your feelings and your circumstances. Over time, you will see that deliberate emotional shifts, practiced through mindfulness, breathwork, visualization, and affirmative statements, bring about changes in what you attract. Next, learn to use emotional guidance as an internal compass. If thinking about a desired outcome makes you feel uplifted and inspired, this is evidence of alignment. Feelings of tightness, fear, or resentment suggest an internal block, a point where belief contradicts desire. Explore the roots of these blocks through reflective exercises or meditation, and gently redirect your emotional focus until you find relief. It is important to note that emotional mastery is not about forcing yourself to feel good at all times, nor is it about denying valid experiences of pain, sadness, or anger. Each emotion carries its own message. Fear may reveal an area where you lack clarity or preparation, while sadness may signal the need for healing or release. The aim is to process these emotions genuinely, moving through them toward higher states of relief and hope. Tools such as gratitude journaling, guided meditations, and visualization techniques serve as practical methods for elevating your emotional state. By conjuring the feeling of your desired reality in advance, as if it were already true, you begin to attract its corresponding circumstances. Remember, the law of attraction is always responding to your dominant emotional broadcast. As you become more deliberate in cultivating uplifting feelings, you charge your intentions with the magnetic force necessary to draw your desired reality into form. Emotional mastery is, therefore, not just a byproduct of manifestation, but its foundation. Chapter 8. Letting go of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are the invisible chains that bind the vast potential of your mind. They are the internalized stories, often inherited from childhood culture or past experiences, that define what you believe is possible or impossible for yourself. These beliefs, once internalized, act as subconscious programs that run beneath the surface, influencing your expectations, actions, and ultimately, what you manifest. To harness the law of attraction effectively, it is imperative to identify, challenge, and release these restrictive thought patterns. Limiting beliefs often reveal themselves in self-talk. I'm not good enough. I never have enough money. Success is for others, not for me. These statements may seem innocuous or even logical based on past evidence, but in reality, they serve as energetic anchors, preventing new and expansive experiences from entering your life. The first step is self-examination. Begin by bringing awareness to your internal monologue, especially as you set intentions or pursue new goals. What automatic thoughts arise? Do you notice recurring feelings of doubt, unworthiness, or resignation? List these beliefs as they come up, without judgment or complexity. Once identified, investigate the origins of these beliefs. Often, they can be traced back to formative moments, an offhand comment from a parent, repeated cultural messages, or a past failure. It's important to recognize that these beliefs were likely formed as a means of self-preservation or conformity, but they no longer serve your highest good. By acknowledging their roots, you weaken their hold and open the door to reinterpretation. The next phase is cognitive reframing. For each limiting belief, write down evidence that contradicts it. For example, if you believe, "I'm not good at relationships," recall times when you formed meaningful connections. Even small successes are proof that the belief is not the absolute truth. Gradually, begin to replace rigid narratives with empowering alternatives. "I am capable of building strong, loving connections," or "I am open to learning new ways to succeed." Visualization and affirmation are powerful tools in the process of belief change. Imagine yourself living as if your new supportive beliefs were already true. Feel the emotional resonance of your desired reality, allowing it to saturate your consciousness. Speak affirmations daily, reinforcing your commitment to self-expansion. Belief replacement is not instantaneous. It requires consistent effort and patience. You may find old patterns resurfacing under stress or in moments of vulnerability. This is normal. The key is to approach the process with self-compassion, recognizing that each opportunity to choose a new belief is a victory of awareness. Moreover, the support of mentors, coaches, or supportive communities can be invaluable. Sharing your intentions and progress with others who uphold empowering worldviews helps sustain your transformation and accelerates growth. Ultimately, by letting go of limiting beliefs, you liberate your creative power and allow the law of attraction to work unhindered. You become an open channel, unrestricted by the fears of the past, capable of manifesting abundance, love, and success in all areas of life. Each new belief you adopt is a step toward unlocking the full potential of your mind, and as a result, your life. Chapter 9. The Science of Attraction. Mind meets quantum physics. The law of attraction is often described in spiritual or philosophical terms, but recent advances in science, particularly in the field of quantum physics, offer compelling insights into how our minds may influence reality. At the heart of quantum physics lies the understanding that the universe is composed not of solid, unchanging matter, but of vibrating energy fields that are fundamentally interconnected. Subatomic particles, protons, electrons, neutrons do not exist with certainty in one place or state until they are observed. This phenomenon, known as the observer effect, suggests that consciousness itself plays a role in shaping reality. The groundbreaking double-slit experiment, for example, demonstrated that simply observing a particle alters its behavior. Unobserved, particles act as waves, existing in a state of probability. When measured, they collapse into a single definite position. This has led scientists and philosophers alike to speculate about the role of the mind in the manifestation of physical events. If thought and attention can influence the behavior of matter at the smallest levels, what does this imply for our daily lives? While there remain debates within scientific circles, many leading-edge researchers assert that consciousness interacts with energy fields, creating ripple effects that extend far beyond the boundaries of our bodies. Here is where the law of attraction finds scientific grounding. Our brains emit measurable electrical signals, thoughts and emotions that interact with our surroundings. Studies in the field of heart math, for instance, have shown that deliberate emotional states, like gratitude, can produce coherent, harmonious electromagnetic fields that impact not only our health, but also those around us. Furthermore, neuroplasticity, the ability of the brain to rewire itself in response to new thoughts and experiences, confirms that focused intention and belief can literally change the structure and function of our neural networks. The more we focus on a particular outcome, the more we strengthen the circuits that favor its manifestation. Both biologically and energetically, Quantum entanglement, another cornerstone of modern physics, illustrates that particles separated by vast distances can influence each other instantly, what Einstein called spooky action at a distance. This suggests an underlying unity, where all things are interconnected. In the context of the law of attraction, your thoughts and emotions may propagate on levels not yet fully understood by classical science, attracting people, opportunities, and circumstances that correspond to your internal world. Critics rightly caution against magical thinking or using quantum physics as a catch-all explanation for every human desire. The law of attraction is not about wishing passively or denying external factors, but about understanding the vital role our consciousness plays in initiating change. By approaching the law of attraction with scientific curiosity, you are empowered to blend ancient wisdom with modern understanding. The takeaway is simple but profound. Your focused attention, belief, and emotion are not inert, private experiences. They are creative forces, actively participating in the unfolding dance of reality. Thus, your mind is not an isolated observer, but an interactive agent within a dynamic, responsive universe. By developing positive, coherent, and empowered mental and emotional states, you align your personal energy with the creative processes at the heart of existence. In this way, the magic of manifestation is revealed to be a natural consequence of conscious participation in the universe's ongoing evolution. Chapter 10. Daily Habits that Align You with Abundance. Aligning with abundance is not a matter of luck or privilege, but the predictable result of daily habits that support a prosperous mindset. The law of attraction works most effectively when your everyday actions and thoughts reinforce your goals. Building routines that cultivate positivity, gratitude, and focus establishes a foundation where abundance is the natural outcome. One of the most impactful habits is the daily practice of gratitude. Begin or end each day by listing things you appreciate, whether they be significant achievements or simple, pleasant moments. This habit shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, creating fertile ground for more blessings to emerge. Gratitude amplifies your emotional vibration, acting as a magnet for similar positive experiences. Visualization is another powerful habit. Dedicate a few minutes each day to imagining your desired outcomes as fully realized. Engage all your senses. See, feel, hear, and even smell your success. The brain does not distinguish vividly imagined events from actual experiences. This mental rehearsal strengthens the neural pathways that make realization more likely. Consistent visualization also engages your subconscious mind, which begins to notice and act upon opportunities aligned with your goals. Affirmations serve as daily reminders of your worth and capability. Create statements that embody the reality you seek. For example, abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly, or I am worthy of success and happiness. Repeat these affirmations with emotion and conviction, especially in front of a mirror. Over time, they replace doubt with certainty. Mindfulness and meditation establish a habit of calm, focused attention. Set aside time each day to attune to your breath, quiet your mind, and observe your thoughts without attachment. This practice cultivates awareness of automatic patterns and gives you the space to make conscious, aligned choices. Physical habits also play a role. Exercise, nourishing food, adequate sleep, and proper hydration ensure the body's energy is high and capable of supporting inspired action. Your physical state profoundly influences your emotional and mental states. The more vibrant your body, the more readily you can sustain elevated emotions. Organization and intentional planning are equally important in manifesting abundance. Each morning, set clear intentions for the day. Identify key tasks aligned with your goals and tackle them with purpose. At the end of the day, review your accomplishments and adjust your focus as needed. This habit builds momentum and fosters a sense of achievement. Finally, surround yourself with abundance-minded people. Your environment shapes your beliefs and expectations, often more powerfully than your individual efforts. Engage with communities, mentors, or friends who inspire growth and support your vision. Their positive energy and insights will fortify your own. In summary, abundance is cultivated through deliberate, consistent habits of thought, emotion, and action. By tending daily to your mindset, environment, and routines, you create a reality where opportunities multiply and success becomes inevitable. The law of attraction responds to the overall direction of your life, shaped moment by moment. Choose habits that affirm and enrich your path. Chapter 11. The Art of Gratitude, Multiplying Your Blessings. Gratitude is much more than a polite response to kindness or a fleeting acknowledgement of good fortune. In the context of the law of attraction, gratitude is a potent creative force, a multiplier of blessings that not only transforms how you experience situations, but also magnetizes greater abundance. When you practice genuine gratitude, you shift the focus in your mind and heart from scarcity to plenty, from problems to solutions, from lack to fulfillment. This shift is not just emotional but vibrational. According to both spiritual traditions and modern research, gratitude raises your overall energetic frequency, attracting events, people, and opportunities that match that level. The transformative power of gratitude begins with intentionality. Make it a deliberate daily practice to acknowledge and give thanks for what you already have, even if it appears modest or incomplete. Gratitude journals are an effective tool for this purpose. Write down 3 to 5 things each day for which you are sincerely thankful. Over time, you will notice your attention naturally drawn to what is going well in your life, which will help diminish the dominance of problems in your perception. Expressing gratitude goes beyond internal acknowledgement. Share your appreciation with others. Express thanks to colleagues, friends, family members, and even strangers. Not only do you foster goodwill and positive relationships, but you also reinforce your own belief in an abundant, supportive universe. A powerful aspect of the art of gratitude is learning to appreciate challenges and setbacks. Every obstacle carries the seed of personal growth or an unseen blessing. By practicing gratitude even during difficult times, you develop resilience and a deeper sense of trust in the unfolding of your journey. Ask yourself after every difficulty, what can I learn from this? What is the hidden gift here? This approach helps reframe difficulties as opportunities, driving further growth and manifestation. Scientific studies confirm that individuals who practice gratitude consistently report higher levels of happiness, optimism, and physical well-being. Their relationships improve and their sense of purpose deepens. From a law of attraction perspective, it is easy to see why. A grateful heart is an open conduit for receiving new blessings, while an ungrateful heart contracts and blocks the flow of abundance. Visualization and affirmations rooted in gratitude are particularly effective. When you visualize a future success, immediately give thanks as if it were already realized. This thank you in advance technique programs your subconscious to believe in the inevitability of your achievements, setting the stage for their manifestation. Gratitude also strengthens other beneficial habits. It fosters mindfulness, sharpens appreciation for the present moment, and motivates you to take inspired action. It interrupts cycles of worry, self-pity, and fear by shifting the focus to all that is right in your world. Make gratitude your default attitude, not only when things are going well, but especially when things are not. In every experience, seek out elements worthy of appreciation, however small they may seem. Over time, this practice multiplies your blessings, magnifies your sense of joy, and establishes you as a magnetic force for abundance. In mastering the art of gratitude, you become a deliberate creator, actively participating in the dance of giving and receiving. Your blessings do not just add, they compound, drawing ever-increasing sources of happiness, opportunity, and fulfillment into your life. Chapter 12. overcoming doubt and fear in the manifestation process. Even the most skillful practitioners of the law of attraction encounter doubt and fear, emotional states that threaten to undermine manifestation. Understanding and overcoming these obstacles is essential to unlocking your mind's full creative capacity. Doubt and fear arise when your desire and belief are out of sync. You may want a certain outcome, but part of you questions its possibility or worries about potential pitfalls. These dissonant emotions send mixed signals, confusing both your subconscious and the energetic field in which you operate. As a result, progress slows and manifestations stall. The first step toward mastery is self-acceptance. Acknowledge your doubts and fears without judgment. Suppressing or denying them only grants them more unconscious power. Take time to write them down, name them, and reflect gently on their origins. Are they rooted in past disappointments, cultural conditioning, or a lack of information? Understanding the source of your doubt gives you the perspective needed to address it effectively. Next, assess the evidence for and against your fears. Often fears are inflated beyond their reality, based on worst-case scenarios that have rarely, if ever, occurred. Separate fact from fiction. For each fear, list times when things worked out favorably, when you succeeded, surprised yourself, or overcame prior challenges. Remind yourself of your own resilience. Affirmations and visualization play crucial roles in shifting emotional states. Create affirmations that directly counteract your doubts. I trust myself to navigate obstacles, or every step I take brings me closer to my desires. Visualize yourself handling uncertain situations with grace, confidence, and resourcefulness. Additionally, practice emotional inoculation. Gradual exposure to fear-inducing scenarios in your imagination, paired with calming responses. This technique trains your mind to desensitize and face fears proactively rather than reactively. Mindfulness and meditation can quiet the noisy chatter of anxiety. When you feel fear arising, pause and breathe deeply. Notice where the fear is held in your body. Exhale tension and bring your focus back to the present. Most fears exist in imagined futures, not in the current moment. By anchoring yourself in the now, you reduce their influence. Seek support if necessary. Trusted mentors, friends, or professional counselors can offer additional perspective and encouragement. Sometimes voicing your fears out loud diminishes their hold, making them manageable and less overwhelming. Importantly, recognize that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Action, however small, builds confidence and dissipates anxiety. Each time you move forward, even with uncertainty present, you rewrite your internal script from limitation to empowerment. Finally, shift your attention to what-if positive outcomes. Instead of contemplating what could go wrong, entertain the possibilities of everything going right. Practice feeling the emotions of success, relief, and joy in advance. By rehearsing these states, you create new reference points within your subconscious, conditioning yourself to expect and receive favorable results. Doubt and fear are natural human experiences, but they need not prevent you from attracting your desires. By accepting, understanding, and confronting these emotions with patience and self-compassion, you neutralize their impact and reclaim your creative power. Trust in the process, persist with positive intention, and watch as your manifestations accelerate. Chapter 13. Acting as if, embodying the reality you desire. The first and most crucial principle in applying the law of attraction can be summarized simply: act as if the reality you desire already exists. This concept, while easy to understand, is profound in its ability to shift your life's trajectory. Acting as if means embodying the feelings, behaviors, and mental states that would accompany your desired outcome before the physical evidence appears. This technique works on several levels. Psychologically, when you behave and think like someone who already possesses what you want, you align your subconscious beliefs with your conscious intentions. This alignment is essential Our beliefs underline the thoughts that consistently shape our actions and the outcomes we draw into our lives. Neuroscience supports this phenomenon through the concept of neuroplasticity. Our brains reorganize themselves in response to the mental states and behaviors we reinforce. When you act as if, you literally create new pathways in your brain, rewiring your default settings to accommodate your new reality. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you desire financial abundance. Traditionally, you might think abundance arrives first, then the feelings and behaviors follow. Acting as if flips this process. You start with the feeling, gratitude, confidence, generosity that you imagine accompanies wealth. You make spending decisions, investments, and choices with the mindset that financial security is already yours. As you behave in this new reality, you send signals both to your subconscious and to the external world. Opportunities that would pass by unnoticed now stand out because your mindset is primed to recognize and seize them. On a spiritual level, acting as if is a declaration to the universe. It communicates your belief in your worthiness and readiness to receive. Many spiritual teachers argue that the universe responds to this declaration, reflecting back the energy and certainty you project. In this sense, faith is not simply about waiting for something to happen. It's about embodying its reality with unwavering confidence. However, it's essential to clarify that acting as if does not mean ignoring reality or living in denial. For instance, if you are struggling financially, reckless spending won't magically attract abundance. Embodying the feelings and attitudes of abundance means making thoughtful choices consistent with someone who values and manages wealth effectively. It is about shifting from scarcity consciousness to an abundance mindset, displaying gratitude for what you have, and being open to new possibilities. Practical steps to living as if include visualization, regularly picturing your desired reality, complete with sensory details, affirmations, speaking in the present tense about your goals as if they already exist, behavior modeling, adopting habits and routines that reflect your desired outcome, emotional alignment, cultivating the feelings you expect to enjoy when your desires are fulfilled, adjusting self-talk, challenging old stories of limitation and replacing them with narratives of possibility. Consider relationships. If you desire deep, meaningful connections, acting as if involves communing with others in a way that assumes trust, openness, and compassion. If you want to be seen as a creative professional, you dress, work, and communicate as if you already are one, projecting confidence and belonging, which naturally invites recognition and opportunity. Acting as if is also a powerful antidote to self-doubt. When faced with uncertainty, people often wait for proof before committing to a belief. The law of attraction says, commit to belief and proof follows. Your behaviors create evidence. Your choices produce opportunities. This self-reinforcing cycle accelerates change. To effectively use this principle, consistency is vital. Temporary actions produce temporary energy. When you turn acting as if into a lifestyle, not an occasional performance, you build momentum and resilience. Setbacks become learning opportunities, not stops on the journey. The reality you desire becomes inevitable, not just imaginable. In summary, acting as if shifts you from passive awaiting to active creation. It is the handshake between intention and embodiment. Begin today by asking, how would I act, feel, and speak if my dream were realized? Adopt those patterns and watch as possibility transforms into reality. Chapter 14, The Law of Action, Bridging Intention with Effort. While the law of attraction emphasizes the power of thought, desire, and belief, it is incomplete without the law of action. Intention without action is like fuel without an engine, potential energy that never manifests. The law of action is the bridge that connects your inner vision to outward reality. True manifestation demands movement, effort, and consistent steps toward your goal. Many followers of the law of attraction get stuck in cycles of visualization, affirmation, and expectation, waiting passively for dramatic change. There is truth in the power of thought, but thoughts must be married with intentional actions to create tangible results. Action serves as proof to your subconscious mind and deepens your commitment. It tells the universe you are ready and willing to participate in your own transformation. Understanding the law of action begins with clarity. Before you act, you must know what you want and why. Vague intentions lead to unfocused actions, and unfocused actions yield minimal results. Define your goals as specifically as possible. What does success look like in your finances, relationships, health, or personal growth? Break your vision down into clear, actionable steps. It helps to reverse engineer your desired outcome. For instance, suppose your goal is to launch a successful business. What are the non-negotiable actions someone with a successful business takes daily? Perhaps they network, invest in marketing, refine their product, seek feedback, and manage finances. Identify these behaviors and incorporate them into your routine as much as feasible from your current standpoint. The law of action also teaches the concept of inspired action. Not every act must be grand. Sometimes the most powerful moves are small steps taken consistently. Inspired action arises when your intuition nudges you toward a particular opportunity, challenge, or shift. Developing intuition requires listening to yourself, to feedback, and to synchronicities that appear in your path. When an idea or chance feels aligned with your goals, seize it quickly. Momentum is key. Importantly, the law of action doesn't advocate frantic busyness. Productive action is different from aimless activity. Evaluate your efforts regularly. Are they leading you closer to your dream or just filling time? Mastery of the law of action means learning to say no to distractions that don't align with your purpose. Accountability is another cornerstone. When your actions are planned and tracked, you instill discipline. Use journals, planners, or digital tools to record steps taken toward your goal. Review progress weekly, celebrate wins, and adjust strategies when needed. Accountability transforms your journey from random motion to deliberate progress. Resistance often arises when it's time to act. Fear, doubt, or inertia may stall forward movement. Recognize this as a natural part of transformation. The key is to act despite discomfort, leveraging even small successes as proof that change is possible. Each completed action builds confidence and weakens mental barriers. Synchronizing thought and action creates a powerful feedback loop. When you visualize your future and act in its direction, opportunities expand. You become magnetic not only in thought, but in practice. Doors open, collaborations form, and progress quickens. Others perceive your commitment and are more likely to support or invest in your vision. In summary, the law of action transforms dreams into achievements. By bridging intention with effort, you develop a dynamic process for manifestation. Define, plan, act, and refine. Success isn't random. It's engineered by daily choices that build your future piece by piece. Commit today to inspired, consistent action and watch your vision come alive. Chapter 15. Attracting Wealth and Prosperity. Attracting wealth and prosperity is a central theme in many discussions of the law of attraction. And for good reason. Financial abundance provides freedom, security, and opportunities for impact. But money is more than numbers on a ledger. It is an energy, a flow, and a reflection of our beliefs about worth, value, and possibility. To attract wealth, you must first address your relationship with money. Many people harbor subconscious beliefs inherited from family, culture, or past experiences. Scarcity, fear, guilt, or shame. These beliefs act as silent barriers, replaying limitations regardless of intention. Begin by examining your self-talk. When you think of earning, spending, or saving money, do you feel joy, anxiety, or resistance? Write down these feelings and beliefs. The act of bringing them to light is the first step in transformation. Next, cultivate an abundance mindset. Abundance is not exclusively about having more. It's about believing more is possible and available. Start by expressing gratitude for your current resources. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to plenty, breaking the emotional cycle of scarcity. Make a habit of listing what you appreciate financially each day, no matter how small. A paid bill, a successful business deal, a useful investment, or even money found unexpectedly. Visualization and affirmation are powerful tools. Picture yourself experiencing financial abundance, the choices, freedoms, and generosity it would allow. Use affirmations like, "I am worthy of abundance," "Money flows easily to me," or "I manage wealth wisely." Speak these aloud, write them down, and anchor them emotionally. The repetition embeds them in your subconscious, influencing both your attitudes and behaviors. The law of action again comes to the foreground. Attracting wealth is not a passive process. You must set clear financial goals, create budgets, seek opportunities for growth, and invest in your skills or business. Education is a foundation for wealth. Continue learning about finance, investment, and entrepreneurship. Read books, attend seminars, consult mentors, and monitor your progress. Each intentional action builds a foundation upon which abundance grows. Generosity is also key. Stagnant money energy can lead to hoarding, anxiety, or missed opportunities. Circulate wealth by giving to causes you care about, supporting others, or investing wisely. Giving, when done mindfully, signals your trust in abundance and your capacity to magnetize more. Pay attention to opportunities to share, be it money, time, or expertise, and take them. A crucial aspect is resilience in the face of setbacks. Every journey has ups and downs. Losses, mistakes, or unexpected turns are inevitable. Thriving financially means learning from setbacks without internalizing failure. Reframe every challenge as a lesson, adjusting your strategies and beliefs accordingly. Maintain faith in your long-term ability to attract wealth while staying adaptable in methods. Surround yourself with others who embody abundance. Mindsets are contagious. Observe the habits, attitudes, and decisions of prosperous individuals. Whether through books, podcasts, communities, or mentorship, connect with people who challenge your limitations and inspire growth. Network purposefully. Many opportunities emerge from relationships. Finally, remember that true prosperity includes more than personal gain. How does your wealth contribute to others? Consider legacy, philanthropy, and ways in which abundance creates ripple effects beyond yourself. Prosperity that uplifts others is sustainable, meaningful, and rewarding. In conclusion, attracting wealth and prosperity is a holistic process encompassing belief, mindset, gratitude, education, action, generosity, and resilience. Begin by adjusting your internal compass toward abundance, then take consistent steps to build financial health. With persistence and faith, prosperity moves from concept to daily reality. Chapter 16, Manifesting Love and Meaningful Relationships. Love and meaningful relationships represent some of the deepest desires in human life. The law of attraction teaches that the relationships you attract mirror your beliefs about love, your self-worth, and your openness to connection. Manifesting loving, fulfilling relationships starts on the inside, with the energy you radiate and the standards you uphold. Begin with self-love. Your relationship with yourself sets the tone for every external bond. Examine your self-talk and emotional patterns. Do you criticize, judge, or undervalue yourself? These habits establish unconscious templates for what you feel you deserve from others. Cultivate self-acceptance by acknowledging strengths, forgiving mistakes, and prioritizing well-being. Daily affirmations such as, "I am deserving of love," "I am enough," and "I attract relationships that honor my true self" are powerful tools in reprogramming your expectations. Visualize the type of relationship you desire, be it romantic, familial, or platonic. Be specific. What qualities, values, and dynamics are present? Imagine how you feel in their presence, safe, joyful, respected, inspired. Hold these images in your mind, anchoring them with emotion. The more vivid and positive your expectation, the stronger your attraction signal becomes. Correspondingly, embody the energy you wish to attract. If you desire trust, be trustworthy. If you seek compassion, be compassionate. This is not about performing for approval, but about cultivating genuine qualities that resonate deeply. Consistency between your inner state and outer behavior is attractive to like-minded individuals and repels contradiction or unhealthy patterns. Release limiting beliefs around relationships. Many people carry wounds from past experiences, betrayal, abandonment, disappointment, that shape beliefs about what is possible. Identify these patterns and rewrite them. Affirm, "My past does not limit my future," and actively invite new possibilities. Healing may require forgiving others and yourself, freeing emotional energy for present connections. Take action to expand your relational field. This might involve joining social groups, trying new activities, practicing vulnerability, or simply expressing appreciation to those around you. Being open, proactive, and authentic increases the likelihood that you will meet compatible people and deepen current relationships. Avoid passive waiting. Relationships are created through engagement. Set boundaries that reflect your values. Attraction is not about pleasing everyone, but about magnetizing those who align with your true self. Healthy boundaries preserve energy, dignity, and growth. Communicate openly about your needs, values, and dreams, and be open to adjusting as relationships evolve. Synchronicity often plays a powerful role. Notice the timing, coincidences, and serendipitous meetings that seem to open new relationship doors. Trust your intuition. Sometimes the person or opportunity you seek arrives through unexpected channels. Remain attentive to signs and be willing to step out of comfort zones. Lastly, devote attention and presence to those you value. Meaningful relationships thrive on reciprocity, listening, and shared experience. Celebrate connection and let go of attachment to outcomes. Honor the journey. Some relationships deepen, others fade, each teaching a unique lesson. To manifest love and meaningful relationships, cultivate inward qualities, release limiting beliefs, take inspired actions, uphold boundaries, and remain open to signs and synchronicity. The law of attraction is a dynamic process. Your relationships evolve as you do. By channeling energy toward love and connection, you become a magnet for relationships that enrich and empower. Chapter 17, Health, Healing, and the Power of Positive Energy. Health is the foundation of a fulfilling life. The law of attraction asserts that your beliefs, emotions, and overall energy profoundly influence physical well-being. While health involves genetics, environment, and lifestyle, your mind's power can enhance, accelerate, or hinder healing. Begin by acknowledging the mind-body connection. Scientific research in psychoneuroimmunology demonstrates that stress, negativity, and emotional turmoil weaken immune function, while optimism, relaxation, and hope can boost resilience and recovery. The placebo effect, well documented in medical studies, highlights how belief and expectation directly affect physical outcomes. Apply this understanding by consciously directing your thoughts and emotions toward health. Visualization is a core technique. Imagine your body vibrant, strong, and healed. Use guided imagery, seeing every cell energized and every system functioning harmoniously. Pair these images with positive affirmations. I am healthy and whole. Every cell in my body is healing, or I radiate vitality. Emotional health supports physical healing. Practice expressing, processing, and releasing negative emotions, anger, grief, anxiety, through journaling, therapy, or creative arts. Suppressed emotions can contribute to physical symptoms and energy blockages. By acknowledging and moving through feelings, you allow healing energy to flow freely. Positive energy is fostered through daily habits. Eat nourishing foods, exercise regularly, prioritize rest, and engage in activities that inspire joy. Surround yourself with environments, people, and practices that uplift your spirit. Meditation, yoga, and breathwork are powerful tools for balancing energy, reducing stress, and deepening mindfulness. If illness or injury arises, approach recovery with both practical care and mental determination. Trust medical professionals, seek appropriate treatment, but also visualize and believe in your potential to heal. Studies show that patients who maintain hope and a positive attitude recover faster and report better outcomes. Release any limiting beliefs regarding health. Family history, age, or diagnosis may influence outcomes, but do not let them define possibilities. Affirm your power to sustain and restore well-being. Challenge health narratives that foster fear or helplessness. Replace them with stories of resilience and capacity. Energy healing modalities, Reiki, acupuncture, Qigong, demonstrate another dimension of healing, focusing on the body's subtle energy systems. Whether or not you practice these, acknowledge that your thoughts and emotions contribute to your energy field, influencing physical and emotional states. Maintain regular self-care rituals. Schedule time for pleasure, relaxation, and laughter. Joy releases endorphins and boosts immune function. Treat health as a holistic priority, mind, body, and spirit interconnected. Notice and honor synchronicities related to health. Sometimes guidance arrives as intuitive nudges, changing a habit, consulting a new practitioner, exploring alternative therapies. Follow these signs with discernment. In conclusion, the law of attraction empowers you to influence your health and healing by directing positive thoughts, emotions, and actions. Combine science, energy, and intention for optimal well-being. Treat yourself with compassion and persistence. The body often listens to the mind more than we realize. Chapter 18, Synchronicity and Signs, Recognizing the Universe's Guidance. As you cultivate intentionality, clarity, and openness, you may begin to notice synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that seem too connected to be random. The law of attraction suggests that the universe communicates through signs, guiding you toward opportunities, relationships, and outcomes aligned with your deepest intentions. Synchronicity is best described as the occurrence of events that are meaningful but not causally related. They arise as if responding to your state of mind, desires, or questions. These signs serve as feedback, affirming, redirecting, or illuminating your path. To recognize synchronicity, cultivate mindfulness and awareness. Many signs are subtle: a chance conversation, a recurring symbol, a book that appears at the right time, or a sequence of numbers. These become noticeable when you slow down, pay attention to your environment, and remain open to mystery. Record coincidences that feel significant, whether in a journal, notes app, or mental recollection. Patterns often emerge as you document repeated themes, connections, or messages. Over time, you develop the intuition to interpret signs, distinguishing guidance from mere happenstance. The law of attraction teaches that synchronicity increases when you are in alignment with your desires and purpose. The more focused, clear, and emotionally resonant your intention, the more the universe seems to conspire in your favor. When you doubt or hesitate, signs can dwindle or become ambiguous. Interpretation is personal. A feather may symbolize a message for one person, while a song lyric resonates for another. Trust your emotional response as you encounter signs. It is often your subconscious alerting you to relevance. Avoid overanalysis. Sometimes the message is simply encouragement to proceed, confirmation of a choice, or an invitation to consider a new perspective. Synchronicity can also signal the need for change. If patterns of challenge or resistance persist, explore whether your actions, beliefs, or desires need realignment. The universe may use repeated circumstances to prompt growth, healing, or a new direction. Respond to signs with gratitude and action. When a pathway unfolds mysteriously, step forward with faith. Acknowledge the guidance internally or through ritual, writing, meditation, or offering thanks. This deepens your energetic relationship with the forces animating your journey. Skepticism is natural. Not every coincidence is profound. Use discernment and intuition to separate meaningful guidance from random events. The process is experiential. Over time, you will learn to sense the difference. Invite synchronicity by engaging in practices that heighten awareness. Meditation, journaling, nature walks, and creative exploration. The more receptive and tuned in you are, the more the universe seems to participate in your growth. In summary, synchronicity and signs are tools for recognizing and aligning with the universe's guidance. Trust that your journey is supported, directed, and enriched by mysterious but meaningful messages. Open your eyes, heart, and intuition. The language of the universe is always speaking when you choose to listen. Chapter 19. Living in alignment, flowing with the universe. To begin mastering the law of attraction, one must first understand what it means to live in alignment. Living in alignment refers to a state where your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions are in harmony with the universal flow. Rather than fighting against currents of life, you move with them, responding to circumstances in ways that feel authentic and empowered. This alignment is at the heart of conscious creation. The universe, as posited by both spiritual traditions and modern science, operates according to precise laws and patterns. Energy, frequency, and vibration are foundational elements that dictate how matter and experiences manifest. When you are in alignment, your internal state, your mind, emotions, and beliefs resonates positively with these larger patterns. This resonance is essential for attracting circumstances that support your well-being and growth. Consider the common experiences of frustration, stress, or anxiety. These emotions signal a misalignment between your inner world and your desired outer reality. Rather than resisting these feelings, living in alignment encourages you to observe them with curiosity. What unspoken beliefs are fueling your stress? What habitual thoughts might be keeping you in a cycle of frustration? Awareness is the first step in realigning yourself with a more constructive state. Living in alignment also requires honesty about your true desires. Many people pursue goals set by societal expectations or family pressures, never pausing to ask if these objectives resonate deeply with their authentic selves. The law of attraction responds most powerfully when your intentions spring from genuine desire rather than obligation or fear. When you identify what truly matters to you, every part of your being, mind, body, and spirit begins to move together, increasing your magnetism and ability to attract what you seek. Another crucial aspect of alignment is trust. Flowing with the universe means surrendering the need to control every outcome. Trust is not naive hope, but a deep confidence born of understanding that the universe's organizing principles are benevolent and supportive. Rather than forcing solutions, you allow opportunities and insights to arise naturally. This reduces struggle and opens doors to synchronistic events that could never occur through willpower alone. Beyond trust, daily practices are vital for maintaining alignment. Meditation, journaling, and mindful reflection are powerful techniques for realigning your thoughts and emotions. Meditation calms the mind, enabling you to attune to your internal guidance and intuition. Journaling helps you identify recurring patterns, clarify desires, and build awareness about the limiting beliefs you wish to shed. Mindful reflection, practiced even for a few minutes a day, anchors you in the present moment, the only place where true creation occurs. Perhaps most importantly, living in alignment means taking inspired action. The law of attraction is not passive. It demands engagement. When your intuition nudges you toward a particular idea, person, or opportunity, acting on this inspiration strengthens your alignment. Inspired action is distinct from forced effort. It arises naturally and feels energizing, as if the universe is conspiring to help you. Obstacles may arise, but from the vantage point of alignment, they are not threats. They become feedback. Rather than interpreting setbacks as failures, you see them as guidance, redirecting you closer to your true path. This perspective cultivates resilience and adaptability, turning adversity into an opportunity for growth. Living in alignment is a lifelong practice, a dynamic process rather than a fixed state. As your self-awareness deepens, you become more skilled at noticing when you have drifted away from alignment, and just as quickly, you learn to return. This capacity for swift realignment, responding to life's fluctuations with grace, is perhaps the greatest gift of the law of attraction. In summary, living in alignment means cultivating self-awareness of your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, honoring your true desires rather than external pressures, trusting in the benevolent flow of the universe, engaging daily in practices that restore harmony, taking inspired action that feels authentic, and energizing viewing challenges as learnings rather than obstacles. As you embody these principles, you become a conscious participant in creation. Flowing with the universe is not a surrender to passivity, but a dynamic collaboration, a dance between your internal intentions and the external opportunities unfolding before you. Heartfelt alignment is the foundation upon which all manifestation rests. Chapter 20. Becoming a Master Creator, a Life Without Limits. If alignment is the foundation, mastery is the building. Becoming a master creator involves transforming your perspective and behaviors so thoroughly that limitation becomes a distant memory. In a life without limits, you harness the power of your mind to manifest desires, solve problems, and cultivate your best possible reality. One of the core tasks in becoming a master creator is shifting from a reactive to a proactive mindset. Most people move through life responding to events, circumstances, and the demands of others. Master creators, by contrast, initiate action based on clear intentions. They set a vision, energize it with emotion, and act as if it is already realized. This proactive stance generates momentum, and the external world begins to respond in kind. Creating a life without limits starts with belief. Your beliefs form the blueprint for every experience you attract. Even the most powerful technique will falter if it conflicts with deep-seated beliefs about unworthiness, scarcity, or impossibility. To become a master creator, you must identify, challenge, and transform these limiting beliefs. This begins with conscious awareness, noticing the recurring thoughts and emotional reactions that arise in certain situations. Transformative belief work can be done in several steps. Identification. Observe the thoughts and stories you tell yourself. Notice patterns related to fear, doubt, or self-criticism. Inquiry. Question these beliefs. Are they in fact always true? Whose voices have influenced them? 3. Replacement. Craft new, empowering beliefs that support your goals. Affirm these beliefs daily, allowing them to take root. Combining belief transformation with visualization amplifies your creative power. When you mentally rehearse your desired outcome, seeing, hearing, and feeling it as real, you create neural pathways that prime you for success. Visualization should be as vivid as possible. The mind cannot easily distinguish between imagined and experienced realities. This trick of the mind accelerates manifestation. A master creator also understands the power of focused attention. Attention is energy, and what you focus on expands. This means that constant worry or complaint only magnifies unwanted results. Conversely, focusing on what you desire in spite of current reality draws it closer. Practical steps include gratitude, journaling, engaging in activities that uplift you, and regular affirmation of your chosen focus. Emotional energy is another critical aspect of mastery. High-frequency emotions, such as joy, love, and gratitude, are natural magnets for positive outcomes. Instead of waiting for circumstances to change before feeling these emotions, master creators generate them internally first. This creates a powerful energetic signal to the universe, accelerating the arrival of matching circumstances. Taking action is equally vital. While intention and thought set the stage, action grounds your desires in physical reality. Actions should be inspired, not driven by desperation. When synchronicities arise, unexpected connections, opportunities, or insights, take them as confirmation that your creative process is working. Responding enthusiastically to these signs builds trust in your creative authority. Overcoming resistance is part of the journey. Master creators expect and accept resistance as a normal aspect of growth. When old habits or fears resurface, they do not retreat into self-judgment. Instead, they use resistance as an opportunity to reinforce their new direction through patience, self-compassion, and persistence. A life without limits is not a life without challenge. Rather, it is a life where every challenge is surmountable, every problem a puzzle to be solved, every desire a possibility awaiting realization. Master creators view themselves as the architects of their reality. They know that every moment holds the potential for change and choose to wield that power responsibly. To summarize, mastery as a creator entails cultivating a proactive, intentional mindset, transforming limiting beliefs into empowering ones, practicing vivid visualization, directing sustained, positive attention toward your goals, generating high-frequency emotions internally, taking inspired and aligned actions, accepting resistance as part of growth, embracing every challenge as a catalyst for expansion. The process of becoming a master creator is ongoing. It demands commitment, self-reflection, and a willingness to expand beyond your comfort zone. But the rewards, freedom, abundance, and true fulfillment are unlimited. As you integrate these principles, you will become the conscious architect of your own destiny. If you found this video helpful, inspiring, or entertaining, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on future content. Your support means the world. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.